Hi, today in Design and Visual Communications, we are going to use a program called PIXLR. PIXLR is a free online program that does some of the things that Photoshop does. Photoshop is a program that we use and teach in Design and Visual. But today we're going to use PIXLR. So what I want you to do is I want you to open Google and go to the search box and type PIXLR. That's PIXLR. Okay, and hit enter. You can see it's going to open up PIXLR. So we are going to go ahead and click on PIXLR. Okay, so here's the PIXLR page. Now, PIXLR has some paid options. We don't need to use those. You can also create a login to save your things. We don't need to use that right now. I want you to go to the Advanced PIXLR E button because we're going to use the Advanced PIXLR. So go ahead and click on Advanced PIXLR E. Okay, so we want to start a new image. So I want you to go over here to the left-hand side, and you'll see it says Create New. So go ahead and click on Create New, and it opens up to a bunch of different sizes that you can create. We're just going to create Web Small, okay? So after you click on Web Small, you want to go to the right-hand side of the screen and go ahead and name it. You can name it your name, or you can name it something else, whatever makes you happy. Then I want you to go down to the background button. I want you to click the background button on. We actually need a white background for this. Okay, so after you've clicked the background on, click the white button and say create. And you can see now we're in the PIXLR program. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we actually need to create a white background. Even though I know we chose one, we're still going to create one. So I want you to go over here on the left-hand side to the shape tool. All right. And what we're going to do is we're just going to draw a shape over our shape. Okay. And what it did is it just made our entire page white. Okay. So after you've done that, after you've drawn a shape over your background, we're going to type our name. So let's go over here to the left-hand side and let's choose the type tool. Okay, that's the letter T here in the toolbox. After you've chosen the type tool, you're going to go up to the top here and you're going to click Add Text. And it's going to sort of automatically add some junk text in there. What I want you to do is I want you to now type your name. Okay, this is my first name, so I'm typing my name. Now, I don't want to use this font, so I'm just going to drag my mouse over my name and highlight it. And I'm going to go up here to the very top, and you can see it says Arial. That's sort of the default font. Well, the font I want to use for this is, let me scroll down, Malo. Just because it's a very thick font. So I'd like you to scroll down and use Malo. You will have a chance later to do your own one and to pick your own font and all kinds of things. But for this one, let's go ahead and pick Malo. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to make our name larger because your name is kind of small. So I want you to go here where it says size, and I want you to make it big enough. So that's too big, right? Big enough so you can see it on the screen, but not so big that it falls off the screen. You can see there it's starting to fall off the screen. So I'm going to make it big enough so it actually fits on my screen. And then I'm just going to drag it up to the middle of the page just to make it nice and centered. Okay, so now you have your name on a white background. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the right-hand side where the layers are. All right, I want you to click on layer 1. I want you to click on the 3 little dots right here. And the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to merge visible. All that does is make all the layers one layer. And you can see I just did it, and now there's only one layer. Okay, I can do that again. Let me undo it. So what I did is I clicked on layer 1, I clicked on the 3 dots, and I chose merge visible. And it made it all into one layer. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is so what we're going to do is we're going to fill in our name with a different image from the internet. So what we need to do right now is we need to go up and open a new tab. So I'm going to open a new tab in my browser, and I want you to do this too. And what I'm going to do is I want you to search for the same thing. I'm going to type sunflowers, and I'm going to type texture, because texture gives you a image with a lot of image in it. All right. So I want you to go ahead and click on images. And you'll see there are a lot of pictures of sunflowers here. Okay. I'm just going to select the first one that looks like it's good enough. All right, don't spend a ton of time picking a sunflower image because we want to move on. You'll be able to choose your own image later. So after you've selected the image and it comes here in this big sort of window, what you can do is right click on it. Now right click is on your mouse, it's the right side. You may have if you're using a Chromebook, on your touchpad, there may be a button above the touchpad, like 2 buttons. The right side button would be right click. All right, and what you want to do is say copy image. Okay, now that we've copied that image, we want to go back to the tab for PIXLR. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to say edit, paste. And what it's going to do is it's going to paste that image. All right, you can see it's just pasted that sunflower image right in there. Okay, I actually want that sunflower image to be below my name. Right now it's above my name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the sunflower image. Oops, it's not going to let me because this image is locked. You can see the little lock right there. So I need to sort of double click on that lock to unlock it. So now I can drag my sunflower layer underneath my name. Okay. The next step is we need to sort of erase our name so the sunflowers show through. Okay. To do that, if you go up here to the left side, you want to choose the wand tool. All right. It's this actually it's supposed to be a magic wand. Okay. So if you select the wand tool and you click on, oops, I have to be on, I'm sorry. So if you look over here, when I made that mistake, you can see what it did is actually it's selecting something from the sunflower layer. So I'm undoing that. Control Z on your keyboard doesn't undo. I have to go to the layer button to make sure I'm on my name layer. And now I can click on my letter. All right, what you want to do, now I've selected one letter. I want to select all the letters. To do that, if you hold the Shift key down and then click one at a time on each letter, it selects all the letters. Okay, and you can see they're all selected by the little outline around them. Now, if you hit the Delete key on your keyboard, it will delete your name, and it fills it in with what's behind it, what the layer is behind it. Okay, so you can now save your image. So I'm going to hit save. I'm going to save it, I think, as a PNG, and I can hit download. And what it's going to do is it's going to ask me where I want to save it. I like to save things on the desktop because it just makes it easier to find. But you can choose if you want to save it in your documents. And I'm going to click save. That's it. If I open my picture now, you will see that I have my name with the sunflowers. Okay?